What do these Gramsciites have to do to change the culture? Well, they have to change our value system, you know, tear down the Catholic Church, insult religion and Christianity, start with alternative values like LBGTQ.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Christian.
No.
Critical race theory, which is Marxist, that the inequalities of races. Black Lives Matter, that's Marxist, and they're against the family. They're against the nuclear family. Gender theory, certainly not Christian. Every pope has called it demonic.
Yeah.
They
Right.
support abortion, divorce, transgenderism, and they support the sexual state. Now, you know, people don't realize what the sexual state is. We always had laws to support Christian values. They want to create laws that support devious values, you know, like the ones I just mentioned. So now there are laws protecting them instead of not allowing that.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a sexual state. It used to be against the law to practice deviant sexual practices. Now they protect it.
Right. Yep. That is so true.
The big government to do these things. It increases government control.
Mm-hmm.
So Marxism and Gramsci said you have to replace capitalist man, a capitalist culture, with the socialist man. We have, as Catholics, a Christian man. What is it to be a Christian man? No, we can't have that, you see.
Yeah.
We have to create a socialist man, a different kind of person.
Right. Yeah, we want to address what we like instead of what we ought to be. Right.
Yeah. So, so that's right. And so they malign our cultural heroes. Washington and Jefferson are no good anymore. You know, Father Juniper in California, Columbus is no good anymore. And they create new heroes, new cultural heroes. Fidel Castro, Che Guevara, George Floyd.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Luigi Mangione is the latest. Mm-hmm. So these are their new heroes.
Right.
That's Gramsci. That's Gramsci in a nutshell.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
he taught at universities. So the next guy, Herbert Marcuse, he was very popular in the United States. Herbert Marcuse was a professor at Brandeis University and University of California, San Diego. He left Nazi Germany to come to the United States, but he was a Marxist. He was the late 20th century. They loved him in Minnesota because there were so many hippies in Minnesota. All the hippies loved Marcuse. He was the guru of the New Left. They called him the guru of the New Left, the father of the New Left. And,
yeah, I'll have to look him up now.
Yeah, Herbert Marcuse, a very popular guy, a likable person. It's not like it was an angry Marxist raising his fist, not like that. He had a different approach to it. He was a humanist at heart. So the hippies loved that. They're all about love.
Right.
You know, and so Marcuse would say, well, you know, America and Europe are repressed societies. They could be more human and more loving if we changed it to a Marxist society. And his focus was on the arts. If you focused on the arts and you created a socialist society, then you can really free yourself. You wouldn't be repressed anymore.
Mm.
That's Herbert Marcuse's approach. So he believed in class struggle. He did. But he also believed in a humanist revolution. And not that I don't know of any great socialist countries that created great works of art, though. I know capitalist countries have. But
that's a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was his approach, and so he said that America was a culture of mass conformity and bureaucratic control. So we had to stop that. He said, you know, but he himself was a traditionalist. He had a father and children, very traditional. Listen, in his own cultural practice, but he thought that people would need to be free from all this bureaucracy and control. And he did say one thing, though, that I kind of liked. He did say one thing that I kind of liked. He said, this consumer society of ours in Europe and the United States creates a false consciousness.
Hmm.
And, why do you have to go out and buy everything all the time? You know what I mean?
Right.
And everything is, I live in Palm Beach County, Florida. Let me tell you what it's like here. In Palm Beach County, Florida, you have to be seen and be seen shopping. That's you got to drive. Mercedes-Benz is out. Now you have to drive a Tesla and a Rolls Royce. I mean, you know what I mean? You have to name brand,
Yeah. Look at me, right? Yeah.
That's it. So, but the other thing is that he said, and this is important too, he was a great supporter of feminism.
Really?
He was a great supporter. He said feminism and the replacement of masculinity, this is what he supported, is the key to destroying capitalist society.
Yeah, that's going on a lot today.
Those feminist women in Minnesota, oh